Alright, I've been promising you people original content for a long time, so here it comes. I got a video loaded up right now that I'm editing. It's an epic beatdown of a social justice warrior named Jenny Mcdermott. So let's start with the beginning and see how stupid she actually is.
Upon first hearing of the terrorist attack on Paris, I thought to myself, oh great, another tragedy for the atheist community to monetize while spreading more Islamophobic attitudes.
Alright, so less than 10 seconds into this video, she's deflecting the actual problem and trying to take attention from the Islamic terrorists and put it on the atheist community, apparently the YouTube atheist community and the internet atheist community. You know how many terrorist attacks the atheist community has been responsible for?
At this point, I believe the attack to be small and involving only a few people.
The Paris attacks were apparently small and only involved a few people. A few people. Over 100 people dead? Really, woman? 100 people dead and you call that a small terrorist attack? Way to jump the gun. Way to not pay any attention to the real news that's actually coming out of there, because the time you released this damn video, we did know that there were more than 100 people involved and could potentially have been dead. Congratulations. You're a horrible person.
We hear about terrorist attacks so often since 9/11 that it just becomes another news item that gets passed up or forgotten within a few days.
Muslim terrorist attacks since 9/11. Really? How very American of you. How very closed-minded of you to act like that there were never any Muslim terrorist attacks before 9/11. It's not like that's been happening since, the beginning of the religion, because it was created by a pedophile warlord? Maybe? Possibly? I don't know.
A lot of this has to do with the feeling of helplessness that comes with each new attack. For some, it's easy to say Muslims are terrorists and America needs to step in and kill all these Arabs.
No, Jenny, no. It's not the Muslims that are the problem. It's their doctrine, you see. It's evil and vile and needs to be extinguished. It needs to be wiped off the face of the earth. And congratulations on building starting to build this little straw man you got going here, because, well, that's what you social justice people do, isn't it? You attack arguments that never happened.
We understand that there are certain conditions that cause people to turn to extremism, and we feel that the way to fix things long term would be to improve living conditions in areas where children grow up having their civilian mothers and brothers blown up by precision-guided missiles, in countries where they have no electricity or running water or education.
So education's the problem, Jenny? Really? Like we don't know that? You are aware that the religion we're discussing refuses to allow its people to be educated in what we consider the modern education way, the Western education way, you know, that brought Christianity out of the Dark Ages and pretty much wiped out Christian terrorism in the first world. That kind of education? Is that what you're referring to? Because I don't know what other kind of education you could possibly be referring to.
Global capitalism, and the ones who have the least turn to whatever means they can to feed themselves and family members.
It's global capitalism's fault that Islam is batshit crazy at its core. Really? Honestly? Do you really believe that?
According to an article by terrorism.com, there are two conditions that foster terrorism: social and political injustice over a current or historical wrong, and believing that violence will create a change. The article goes on to say that many people blame religious fanaticism for terrorism, but this doesn't seem to hold true across the board where religion is concerned, meaning not all religious fanatics turn to terrorism. According to an article for Huffington Post that considers why people join ISIS, it is believed that, quote, social and economic factors trump ideology and religion. Lack of education, unemployment, poverty, and absence of upward mobility cause a growing sense of frustration and radicalization.
And while you're blaming stupid shit on capitalism, let's talk about capitalism a little bit. Let's talk about how capitalism has brought people a better living standard than any other time in human existence. Let's talk about how you can sit on your computer at home and make dumbass YouTube videos about cooked up problems that social justice warriors just love to talk about. Thanks to capitalism. thanks to capitalism. That's why we have these things. That's why I have this fucking camera in front of me. That's why I have 2 laptops sitting on this table while I'm editing videos. That's why I have a 53-inch TV and a PlayStation 4 over here. That's why I'm allowed to go to school every day. That's why I'm allowed to have a job and work where I want to. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Capitalism brought us to where we are right now. Without capitalism, we'd still be feudal serfs. You're an idiot!
To this camp, the absence of socioeconomic opportunities matters much more than the clash of civilizations or the war of ideologies. With all of this being said, I want to come clean about the fact that knowing the atheist community's reputation for immediately jumping on the anti-Muslim wagon, I watched 0 videos regarding the Paris attacks. Brett Keane made a beautiful video, briefly touching on it, but I kept my distance from any atheist take on the tragedy. Yesterday, I forced myself to watch Mcdermott's video and was pleasantly surprised to find that he cautioned against racist attitudes.
Yes, Mcdermott cautioned against racist attitudes. But you know what? Mcdermott also understands that you can't be racist towards a group of religious people because of their religious beliefs. What the fuck is wrong with you idiots, huh? What is wrong with you people? Seriously.
And encourage moderate Muslims to become more outspoken against terrorism. A thing that sounds nice, but isn't exactly safe. Still, I felt a bit of pride in my community for having taken a compassionate and thoughtful approach. So today I finally worked up the guts to watch footage of the attack, and I was sure to document my initial instinctual feelings as I viewed the nightmare. I thought, fuck multiculturalism, fuck letting Muslim refugees into these European countries or anywhere, round these Muslims up, take them to the Middle East, and nuke the motherfuckers.
Yes, Jenny, I think you just had the first rational thought you've had in a very long time, definitely since you started making YouTube videos, because those Syrian refugees definitely should not be let into those European countries. Obviously. Go talk to some of those European people whose lives have been turned upside down because there's these crazy Sharia law supporting Muslims invading their country. Go talk to them. Oh wait, you're so stuck on your little American social justice point of view that you're not willing to acknowledge that reality. So, you're saying we haven't had any Islamic terrorism in the United States? Really? 9/11? You talked about that earlier, but apparently that doesn't count right now. What about the Tsarnaev brothers, huh? The Boston bombers, what about those 2? Yeah? They weren't? No? Maybe not? What about the Fort Hood shooter? Yeah? No? Maybe not? I'm sure you can deflect that issue somehow, maybe muddy the waters up a little bit, create a straw man. That's what you seem to be good at.
Years of white terrorism. The manifest destiny imperialism that has left millions murdered and tortured and integrated into white culture through violence and oppression is the terrorism I'm referring to. I heard it said once that what these Islamic extremists are doing is payback to Whitey. Payback to Whitey. Payback to Whitey. Payback to Whitey. Payback to Whitey.
The terror of colonial imperialism, Jenny. Really? Really? When was the last time that a white country decided to move to another country and take it over and murder the entire group of people in there? A long time ago, okay? Those issues from the past are not modern issues. Quit trying to deflect away from the real problem and attack shit that happened forever ago. Okay, none of the people are alive today had anything to do with that shit. Look, your white guilt is showing. Knock it off. It's pathetic. It's sad. Why do you hate yourself so much? Why do you hate the country that you're from so much? Why do you hate the people that made this country so much? The country that was created and allows you to be able to get on the internet and speak your crazy backwards ass views that make 0 sense. There's no hope. There's no hope. No hope for you. Nope. No way.
After documenting my gut response to the attacks, I considered the fact that this is the reaction most people have, but without knowledge or care of how people come to be terrorists to begin with, or what long-term solutions might be rather than short-term punishment for crimes committed. I noticed that Francois Hollande declared this an act of war, and Barack Obama has also recently stated that we are at war with the people who have perverted Islam.
Oh my god, you are so regressive, it's not even funny. Everything you talk about is just one regressive talking point after another. You're part of the reason that the liberal party in this country has become so weak. Because you're regressive. You refuse to confront actual problems. Okay? Islam is not, we're not at war with people that have perverted Islam. Islam is at war with Western values. They want to conquer the world. They want a worldwide caliphate. How do you not understand this? Do you not know that if they controlled this country, you would have to cover yourself from head to toe? You wouldn't be allowed to speak out on the internet? You'd be fucking stoned to death for some of the shit you say online? Are you aware of that? Are you? I don't think you are. See? I think you're so just totally blinded to whatever the bullshit is you social justice people want to cook up, is that you're not even willing to look at the reality. Okay? There's so many instances of Islam attacking people unprovoked in the past. Countless instances. I'll put a link in this video. Of course, you're not going to watch it because you're a social justice idiot and all you people want to do is buy into your own bullshit.
Not Islam itself. So for those of you who found yourselves having the same reaction I did initially, I suggest reading more on the subject of Islamophobia and how these religious extremists come to be what they are.
No, Jenny. They come to be what they are because at the core of their doctrine is a pedophile, thief, warlord who encouraged his followers to murder anybody that didn't agree with them. How do you not get that? Muhammad was a pedophile warlord. Read the frickin' Quran. That's it. I'm done. Enough. Fuck you. I'm out.